All right, so welcome to the Hey, this is John with the Utopia Experience. So today we're going to be making an incredible tomato sauce slash tomato soup. You can kind of use it either way you want. We're making this tomato sauce today basically we're going to be making a vegan brick oven pizza tomorrow. So we're making the sauce today, but you can add a little bit more water to this, thin it down, and it is an incredible soup. Really easy to do. It's roast, so it's basically what we're going to take is we're going to take the tomatoes, some onions, some garlic, bell pepper, if you like. If not, don't put it in. If you want it spicy, throw in a jalapeno or some chilies. Really, make it your own. But it's a really, really simple recipe. So I have my assistant, Indy, here. He's going to help me. Can you hand me these tomatoes? Thank you, sir. So what we're going to do is we want to just kind of cut the tomatoes cut off some of the bad spots. We want to cut them into like basically wedges of like 3 or 4 pieces. Here, I'll give you one. So we're going to take a little olive oil, a decent amount of olive oil actually. Come over here, come down here. I want to give you this knife. Come on, climb down. Yeah. So just take all of our tomatoes, cut them into wedges, and we're going to throw them onto here. And buddy, here, if you want to, I will let you. Be careful, it's very sharp, all right? So cut the end off. Perfect, okay. Now, cut it long ways. Careful. Yeah, you got it. Push, push. You got it. That is amazing. Awesome. Okay, now we're gonna cut them again down the middle. Good job. That's awesome. You're gonna be a good chef. Awesome. All right. See how easy that was? You're a good assistant. So we want to just keep throwing all of our tomato pieces on here. I'm actually going to grab another knife. So I would highly recommend before you even start chopping your tomatoes, turn your oven on, and you're going to want to preheat it to as high as you can take it. So I have mine. I have a convection oven, and I'm preheating mine to around 550 Fahrenheit. And so you want to you're just going to kind of blanch these. You're going to throw them in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. The idea is we're just going to kind of flash cook them in the oven. So it's really simple. We kind of flash cook them in the oven. We're going to pull them out, and what we're going to do then is just basically take it all, add a little water, throw it in the blender. Or if you have an emulsifier, like a blender, you can also use one of those. But mine broke the other day, unfortunately. So we're going to just use a blender. I mean, if you have lemons, you make lemonade, right?
And this is a bad piece.
That's a little bad piece, yeah. You're a really good help, man. So we're going to take
I can cut that one too, please. I want to cut that piece.
The bell pepper.
Yeah.
First, we're going to take out the seeds.
You plant that, right?
That's right. We can also take those seeds and we're going to try planting those. Exactly.
Oh, the seeds are hot, right?
Go ahead and try to cut one of those up. Here. Chop that up a little bit with the knife. Be careful, okay, because that's a sharp knife. So, like I said, we'll just chop these into some wedges, some little chunks. Just the idea is so we can cook them down, kind of sprinkle them over here. Pretty simple stuff. Same thing, just cube up the onion a little bit because we're going to be blending it all down anyway. The idea is just we're going to throw it on here to throw in the oven for a few minutes. So I just took a couple red onions, a white onion, just to get a little extra flavor. I really don't like using exact recipes. Me personally, when I cook, I just kind of use what I have. I take kind of the idea. You know, like I said, I use bell peppers, I use hot peppers, I use red onions, I use white onions. I'm going to throw a little description of the recipe, what I'm using, rough amounts. But at the end of the day, make it your own, you know what I mean? It's, what do you like? Do you like a lot of onions? Do you like a lot of garlic? Do you like more tomatoes? Do you want, it's up to you. I mean, you're eating it, right? So here, let me get this one, buddy. All right, garlic. Cut off. That's garlic. Gonna cut off both ends, like that.
Almost finished.
Yeah. All right, so as you can see here, just some olive oil, some tomatoes, some onions, some bell peppers. We throw it in there. We're gonna do just, hey buddy, what's going on? What are we checking out here? You ready to eat this? Okay, we're gonna cook it and we're gonna turn it into a sauce first. So we're gonna take some of this. You want to sprinkle some on? Go ahead, go for it, guys. Go for it, sprinkle it on. It's awesome. Okay, you want to do a little too? Awesome.
One more time.
All right, go for it, go for it.
A big one?
Big one. I like salt. I like salty stuff. All right, perfect. All right, I think that's enough. You guys there? Boom, boom, boom. We're done. So we'll throw this in the oven for about 15, 20 minutes. We're gonna start to see some little blackened spots on top. We'll pull it out, and at that point in time, we're ready to blend this all up. Like I said, if you have an emulsion blender, like, you know, we can just throw it right into the pot and boil it down and just blend it up in there. That's awesome. If not, we can just use a household blender, and it's also super amazing, not a problem. So like I said, so we'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes once these are all cooked up. All right, so the tomatoes, onions, everything's been in the oven for about probably 15 minutes. We're gonna take a look and see where it's at. So it's looking good. They're really starting to kind of get crispy and dried up. We're getting some, like on the bell peppers, we're getting some little blanches, you know, some black spots. That's really good. I would say we probably need another, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. We'll come back and check. And then basically it's done. Now, once we have this, we basically just need to pull it out. We're gonna throw it into our blender or our pot if we have an emulsion blender. And we can blend it all up, and we either have tomato sauce or tomato soup. Like I said, it's really versatile. If you want tomato pizza sauce or tomato sauce, we just keep it a little thicker. If you want the tomato soup, we just add a little more water, cook it down, and they're both amazing. So we're gonna be using this tomorrow on our pizza, our brick oven pizza. So hopefully you'll stick around and follow us for that next video. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so I'm gonna check the tomatoes and everything in our oven, and if it's all ready, we'll pull it out and we'll throw it into our blender. That's perfect. So, starting to get that little bit of a caramelized look. To be honest, you could probably cook it for another 10 minutes or so if you really wanted to, but I think this is more than enough. Like I said, this is, and it's amazing. The soup, this soup is actually one of the best tomato soups I've ever had. But like I said, you just don't put as much water in it, and it's one of the best pizza sauces I've ever had as well. So it's really a nice versatile recipe. Of course, I want to get that oil in there because that's all the good flavor. Yum. All right, so now we're going to add a little bit of water to this. Blend it down, and we'll add it up into our, to the pot, and we'll cook it down a bit. All right. All right, so we're ready to blend this up with my assistant, Indy here. He's back. So hit this button right there, sir. Whoa. That's it. Because it can go whoa, and throw tomato sauce everywhere and make a big mess. That's not fun. I'm gonna take this and...
I smell it. It smells so yummy.
It does, right? Doesn't that smell good? It smells good.
It will be good on a pizza.
You think it's gonna be good on the pizza?
Yeah.
I think so too. I'm excited.
I think I'll have a little bit on my pizza.
You think you're gonna have a little bit on the pizza?
I think I will.
Awesome. So we're gonna put this in here, and we're gonna cook it down. So this consistency right here is about how we would want it for the soup. This is just an amazing soup. But since we're going to be using this for pizza, we're going to cook it down a little bit just to thicken it up, okay? So right now it's perfect time if you want to taste it. Add a little salt, add a little basil, add a little oregano. Like I said, figure it out. I actually just tasted it. To be honest, it's perfect. I'm not going to add anything. I'm just going to cook it down a little bit, and I don't know, probably 10 or 15 minutes here on the stove. It'll be nice and thick, and we'll have our pizza sauce for tomorrow. All right, so we've been cooking this down for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's really thickened up. So we have a really good sauce that we're going to be able to use for pizza or pastas. It's just amazing. And it's so versatile because, like I said, all we have to do if we have any left over, we can just add a little water, heat it up, and we have an amazing tomato soup. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. If you found any value in this, or if you know anyone that might like it, share it with them. It really will help our channel grow. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon for that pizza. Have a great day.